Hello, everyone. Welcome to It's Sybil, our Christmas Day version. How are you, everyone? Thanks for joining us. Hope everyone had a nice Christmas day. And as we are recording this, we're a little bit before Christmas, but everyone here is wished a Merry Christmas. Hello, Coy. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good, Sybil. What's up, everybody?
Hey, Cameron. How are
Hey,
you?
feeling excellent. Merry Christmas to all and a Happy New Year.
And Aprilette, how are you?
I'm great because Cameron's background is amazing. Like I love the decor. I'm living for it.
And Ahmed, thank you for joining us. Ahmed Gordon, how are you?
I'm doing great, Sybil Wilkes. And I thought it was a regular meeting today. And then I saw Cam and I saw Coy and I saw April. I'm like, why does everyone look so nice today? I was like, am I missing something? Did I miss the memo? I missed the memo. We're recording today. How we doing? Merry Christmas to all.
There's
We're
an
here.
email, there's a text, and there's another text.
I missed the memo. All of them.
All right.
Well, now
So,
we're
so
here.
had you known, would you have put on your Santa pants? Do you see my Santa
Um,
pants?
Ooh, Santa.
you know what? If I had known, I probably would come just the same.
Okay,
probably-
that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Yeah,
You know me.
absolutely.
You know me.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry.
We're
Merry
going to
Christmas.
talk about Christmas today and your thoughts, your observations, maybe a gift you'd like to put out there that you did not receive or don't think that you're going to receive, and you want to send a hint out to someone, talking about Christmas past as well as Christmas present. And just to get a sense and to give our viewers and listeners a sense of the holidays for us. First of all, does everybody observe or celebrate Christmas here?
Yes.
Hey,
Yeah.
Cameron, nodding doesn't work. Just so
Do you see
you'll know.
Kenya's background? That's an obvious yes.
Well, it just could be he's in a house that observes it.
I could be in
You know
Home
what I'm
Depot.
saying? Yeah.
Be at Home Depot, yes, or Michael's.
Or
He
Lowe's.
could
That's
have the
more
benefit
Michael's.
of video AI, and
Could
they
be.
just put that
That's
together
one heck of
for
a
him.
background. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but no, this is my home.
So everyone does celebrate Christmas.
No.
yes, we do.
Oh, Coy,
I
you
do.
do not.
Coy said no. Coy said no.
Oh,
Mhm.
cool. I'm sorry.
And what do you observe, Coy?
My friends and family and my off time.
I love that. Okay.
Kind of like 4th of
Okay.
July. I'm
Yeah, it's
I'm with it.
one of the shortest days of the year, or close to one of the shortest days of the year, like the winter solstice.
Yeah.
Just being grateful and what have you. Christmas, well, it still is my father's birthday, and it's also the day that his mother passed as well. So I don't know if that changed
But was that
things, but
always? But before your dad died, was that you chose not to observe the day?
yeah, we chose not to observe it. I think we kind of celebrated it as a family because we had friends that did so, and it's a major holiday and what have you. And more so for me when I was a child, and as I got a little bit older, like we kind of did and didn't, and then it was just like after his mother passed on that day, we stopped all together at that point.
Mhm.
And how old were you?
I was 12, 13.
So was that difficult?
It was because it was very early in the morning before, we got to start our gifts exchange, and the hospital where she wasn't far from our home. So we just, were getting up and going straight to the hospital, and we were the last ones there with her.
No. Was it
Mhm.
difficult making that change from one Christmas we observe it and at 12 and then at 13, the day that she died, you say no more observance of Christmas. Was that difficult?
Not really, because each year it just seemed like the celebration was just getting smaller and smaller. I stopped placing a lot of emphasis on it. I had already looked into like other holidays and researched Kwanzaa and everything else that goes on in December, and I
So
just
do
kind of
you
looked at
observe
it.
Kwanzaa?
I have before. It's not something I do every year. I just look at it as there are a lot of different holidays to participate in. So why do I have to do just this one this
Okay.
year?
Hey,
Yeah.
Epaulet, what about you in Christmas? Do you observe? Do you celebrate?
Yeah, so me being solo, I don't necessarily celebrate like with me just being solo, but my family does.
And you
I
don't go. You choose not to go home for Christmas.
Yeah, I'm not going home this year. So I did go home last year, but this year I'm not going home, which is totally fine. I did get some gifts sent to the house, so I'm excited about that.
That's great.
Yeah, and then I'm sending a couple of items back home, and then we'll do our little tradition. Oh, I don't know if you're gonna ask about traditions, but we'll do our tradition on the 24th because we always have a Christmas Eve tradition. So we'll do
Okay,
that.
yeah, that's a part of it. And
Yeah.
Cameron, how about you? There in Santa's workshop, uh, do you all observe Christmas?
We do, yeah. We've been
Everybody,
trying to.
does everyone?
Yeah, everyone in the house, yes. My stepfather, he's from Nigeria. He's really excited about Christmas this year. I've been trying to like decommercialize Christmas
Mhm.
over the course of the
Yeah.
years, just to focus on spending time with family, and just getting together, less, spending money that we don't have on gifts.
Yeah.
But my grandma's into the aesthetics. I'm more into the true meaning of Christmas. And then, my mom and my aunt really try to bring everybody together and have fun. So we got all the bases covered.
Love that.
Okay, you do. You all are covering all the bases. And Med, you are the only one with children that I know of.
Child.
And so what about you and Christmas? Do you guys have celebrations or do you observe the
Yeah,
holiday?
We celebrate Christmas around here. Got an 8-year-old, so I've been pretty much celebrating Christmas for the last 8 years because
Every day
before
is
that,
Christmas.
when I didn't have a child, when I was single, could care less about Christmas. And, it was just one of those, it was another day. It was another day.
Yeah.
No gift, setting. It was just a Thanksgiving hangout day. Thanksgiving, 4th of July is a day off and a time to just relax. So now that you have a child, there's expectations. And,
Yeah.
it's and then there's expectations from the dad's perspective and then the mom's perspective. The dad's perspective, my son said he wanted a whoopee cushion. I was like, fine, I can make that happen.
Right.
My wife decides him to take him to Walmart and walk him around. All of a sudden the list grew, and I'm just like, he was quite happy just getting a whoopee cushion, and now this list is expanded because you wanted to let him see everything.
Right.
Mhm.
But
So are you Santa?
Hmm?
I said, are you Santa or are you dad? Like, do you do the whole Santa thing? Do you dress up as
Hold
Santa?
on, just hold on one second.
going to make sure that the little munchkin in the house is not listening.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? I'm dad. I don't. Okay. Because we had this conversation recently. He's like, Dad, someone tried to tell me that Santa Claus ain't real. Then I'm like, but I know he's real. Where's the presents coming from, right? And I'm like,
You
really?
should have broke the mirror for him then.
Not yet. Not yet.
No, it's too
Not
soon.
yet. But I didn't let. So my son's smart. So I was like, really? Oh, okay. He's like, what do you mean, okay? And I'm like, just, they think you think Santa's real, right? He's like, yeah, okay. He's like, he's real, right, Dad? I'm like, hey, if you believe.
Oh,
Okay.
not the if you believe.
If you believe.
Oh,
And
no.
you left it like that.
I can't let it like that. I didn't encourage it, but I didn't kill it.
No, you pretty much killed it. If you believe line is the first step in killing it.
No.
That
For
applies
him,
to so many other things in life.
For him, it was just like, well, he's real. I'm like, okay then. All right, son.
Way to go.
I did not kill it. He still believes. As long as he believes. Okay. But eventually he's in I'm accidentally taking him to the room.
Why didn't you just say, let me just ask you this. Instead of the whole if you believe thing, that's fine. But why didn't you just say Santa still exists?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie to my son.
Because no, Santa does exist. You're Santa. You and Mrs. Med are Santa.
See, that's a lie. So especially in an 8-year-old's mind, that's a lie. They were like, wait, no, that doesn't make any sense. Because I've watched the TV shows, I've seen the documentary, I've seen, the cartoons. You don't look like that white man that's right there. I'm like, that's true.
That's because that white man is a helper.
Ah,
We never
man,
see the
Sybil, you
real
got the whole, you
Santa.
have the whole thing down.
Yeah, that's a very
I
complex lie.
Sybil been lying a long time to children.
no, I don't have to because I don't have children. But
No. I know you don't have any children, but I know you've been around children, and
oh, for sure, for sure.
yes.
But I don't want to. I don't want to. As Cameron said, break the mirror. I don't want to. I don't want to ruin that because we have so little to believe in, and
Mhm.
especially in terms of fantasy and those things. I don't see the need to rush it.
No, I don't, and I understand what you're saying. I just don't because my son is very literal. You know what I'm saying? And so my son will call me a liar. if something
Oh,
So that's
oh
why
no,
you
that
said
that that will turn Christmas out altogether.
right. Like, my son's like, you lied to me. I'm like, no, I did not. I did not say that. So my son is so literal when it comes to things that I just don't give him the leeway because I'm like, if you believe, then good, and I'm gonna leave it at that. One day he's gonna walk into that closet that's right there, that has all the toys in it, and he's gonna be like, "What is this?" And I'm gonna let him go, and I'm gonna let him just figure it out on his own. You know what I'm saying?
Wow,
That's gonna be the day.
Why do y'all
harsh.
hide toys in places where kids can find them?
Oh no, he can't find this.
Oh,
If he goes in there, because he'll get in trouble if he goes in there. But one day I'm gonna let him go. And
oh
just-
goodness.
I never believed in Santa. I don't even know.
Ever.
I don't remember a time when I did. No.
Yeah.
So when you were a
I've seen
kid
Santa
watching
Claus,
Frosty the
so-
Snowman, you were like, "This is complete BS."
I didn't have a chimney. I thought I'm
way.
like, this is impossible.
No, but we had a front door, and I saw Santa come out of someone's house on 87th and King Drive, and on
87th and
Christmas
King
Eve.
Drive. Well, you know what
Yeah.
that was.
Well, he was coming out of the house, and we were
Was it
coming
on the
from my
south side?
godmother's house, and I saw it, and it took everything for my mother to calm me down and to get to 97th and Morgan
Oh,
to
little
get me
Sybil
to
was
bed.
so
But
excited.
I've also seen Santa fly in the sky. It had nothing to do with drugs or alcohol. I was
about to
5.
say.
But
okay.
I saw him fly across the sky, and so it was very difficult for anyone, even the kids at school, to say there's no Santa. No, there is.
Sybil
I
said, I
believe.
saw Santa.
I've seen him. I've seen him, and my dad, didn't try to dissuade me from no. Although he was one of those kids that grew up without Santa in the house and a difficult father and 4 sisters. So he was the first one to tell me that instead of milk and cookies, Santa likes scotch and
Yeah.
perhaps some cheese and crackers.
Okay.
But everybody had a different, way of welcoming Santa and believing in him. And even after my dad died, we continued, the tradition of scotch. And I don't know where my mother put the scotch because she wasn't a drinker.
Mhm.
But
I mean,
but
it was in the same space every year. It was the same
yeah,
scotch for
yeah,
years.
yeah. Same bottle, same
Same
everything.
bottom.
That's
Yeah.
fine. Aged Scott is
You're
Scotch is
right.
pretty good.
Exactly.
Not,
Santa-
not, not after it's hit the air and it's just been sitting there for a while. So, are all of your celebrations, except for Koi, are they on Christmas Day, or do you do, as Aprilette said, do your traditional Christmas on Christmas Eve? Who's a Christmas
I,
Eve person along with
yeah,
Aprilette
Christmas Eve through Christmas Day.
through Christmas Day? So, do
Yeah.
you guys have the day where you or Christmas Eve, do you open one gift and then go to sleep and then wait for Santa to come and open up the rest of them?
Christmas Eve is more like the family gathering.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas Day is like the gift opening. Sit in the living room and celebrate on love of one another and tell stories and all that.
And what about you, Mad?
We just open the gifts on Christmas Day and we keep it moving.
Mad, we talked about Thanksgiving and the difficulty as with Koi for Christmas, and your mom's passing at that time was
Mhm.
in. But there's none of that heaviness or memories of a lost loved one at Christmas.
No, the heaviness is not there on Christmas as much as it is on Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
But like all holidays died with my mother until the boy came. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it was very much, I didn't care about the holidays. I didn't care about Christmas. I didn't care about any of those things. And so it was just another day. but you get into a relationship with somebody, that might change things. When you have a child with somebody, you definitely going to change some things when it comes to the holidays, but more so Christmas. So, it brings about a new life, even for my dad, like grandparents and for him, that's his only grandchild. So any kind of holiday or things like that, oh yeah, got to see the boy. You know what I'm saying? Got to see the boy. On his mother's side, he's one of many. So it's one of those things. So it's special on those occasions.
Yolanda, can you let Aprilette in so we can find out about her Christmas Eve celebrations? Can someone let Aprilette in? Okay. Coy, what about you? Okay, Aprilette, you're back. Okay, so what do you guys do on Christmas Eve?
Oh, so on Christmas Eve, we open a gift and we watch our favorite movie. So so we have a rotation. So it's always like it's like a Big Mama house, it's the Baps, like those are the movies that we love to watch at the house.
There's nothing says Christmas like Big Mama's house and Baps, right? Yeah.
And then so we always open one gift, and the one gift that we open is pajamas. So those are the pajamas that we go to sleep in and wake up on Christmas Day.
Got it. And now I understand why you don't go home. Because you can watch Baps or Big Mama's house anywhere.
Don't do this, Sybil. It's a nice tradition.
It's family tradition.
I love that. Don't knock our tradition.
No, we had traditions too. They were the more traditional white Christmas movies, like growing up.
I know you like your Hallmark movies and stuff like that. Now we don't get down like that.
Well, they do have the mahogany Hallmark Christmas movies too. Yes. So and Oprah also has a fine line of Christmas movies.
And the new color purple is coming out on Christmas.
That's right. And it may be starting a whole new tradition because Aprilette and I are going to be a part of a group going to see the color purple on Christmas
it's going to be so nice. Seeing
Let
movies
us know how it is.
Actually a thing.
Yeah. It will be a thing. I really do believe that people are because even when we went to look for the tickets, it was quite full.
Oh yeah, tickets
and
scarce.
getting your seats, in those theaters. So, Coy, what about you in terms of giving gifts? Do you give and receive on Christmas, even though you don't do the whole celebratory thing?
Yeah, I still give and receive gifts. I don't ever deny gifts. Love those. And if I find gifts for others, I'll definitely, get gifts for friends and family, my mom and what have you. I still go and visit my family on those days. Christmas Day is really more emphasis for us where we sit around, eat dinner. My family is full of comedians. They are hilarious. So we get to talk and laugh like all day, all evening. We don't really go to like the movies or go out or anything like that. That might be something we do this year because some of my cousins are moving closer out this way from California this year. So we may go visit them out of state. And so we'll see how that's going to be because I don't know what Christmas is like in South Carolina. So we might need to go to the movies. I don't know. But I don't mind the gifts. I'll, give gifts as much as I can afford to.
And you'll receive them as well on Christmas.
Yeah, well, and nothing means Christmas more than receiving. We kind of moved away from that after a while, and my mother would send these letters out to people with articles from the newspaper saying, Sybil and I have enough. We really, like we're up to here. And would just like you to remember people who are really in need of something, of food and clothing and toys for the children. And so here's some charities that we would like for you to consider to giving to instead of giving to us. And so I've kind of continued that after my mom's death, which is now over 30 years ago. But and a lot of people don't take kindly to that. They're like, you can't tell me not to give you anything. Well, I'm asking nicely.
Sure I can.
And if you're going to be giving me anything, and I do have historical evidence to prove that you have in the past, but if you are going to, instead of that money or taking, the money that you may not have, as we've said, do something for people who really need it, for your food bank, for your Salvation Army, for your, for Meals on Wheels, and Habitat for Humanity, whatever the organizations are that are in your community. Please, by all means, you don't even have to use my name. You don't even say this is in honor of, or this is in memory of. Just do it, and then I'm good. I'm really good. And people kind of get a little funny about stuff like that.
Yeah, I also refuse monetary gifts as well when all of my relatives get like antsy about it. Like, you don't want me to buy you anything because I know your financial situation.
Right.
Shouldn't be spending more money.
And it's like we're all still going through a post-pandemic life,
baby. Okay. And I'm
right.
not participating in this capitalism this year, so.
I changed my name on here just in case anybody has any ideas. Just want to let y'all know. $sign Big Meg, just in case.
Is that your Cash App?
Cash App, y'all.
And it struck me after my mom passed, going and spending Christmas with relatives, and just an embarrassment of riches, just for one child in each family. It was like toy upon toy upon toy. I mean, they were the kids just, they didn't know whether to, crap or go blind with all of this stuff that was going on with them. And that's when I decided I'm not going to give toys. They get enough toys, and they don't want clothes, and I'm going to give them books. And that's when it started. But it's real popular. Sorry, maybe you can go turn it in for some cash. I don't know, kids. But it's just one of those things.
No, so being because I have aunts and things that always ask me what to get Blake, and I'm just like, I have no idea. This boy got everything. He don't need nothing. And it's just like when I looked at how much we got him this year, I'm just like, I was like, how do we find stuff to get him? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like for me, it's more so educational stuff that that is entertaining and educational. That's what I try to do, because that's what my childhood was, a bunch of games and stuff like that played like games, but you learn something while you're doing it.
Right.
So that's what I'm big on. My wife is big on the stuff like, I guess in my head, that she didn't have when she was growing up. So if he wanted something, he gets what she couldn't get when she was a kid. And I was telling her, I'm like, I don't care how middle class I was not getting everything I wanted. You know what I'm saying? So it's that kind of.
That's an interesting dynamic.
Yeah, it is. And so it's just like, I'm like, you don't need that. He's gonna stop playing with that in 3 days. You know what I'm saying? It's like I have an idea of what's gonna happen. And so I'm just like, all right, here we go. And can we get rid of the stuff he has right now? Because he don't.
And that was the other thing. For every new toy, one had to go out.
Something got to go.
Yeah.
So so it's just that dynamic, because I don't need him to feel like it has to be like this, know. But then I also understand where she's coming from too,
Yeah, I mean, we all come from different places and different economic and social, as well as psychological predisposition. So for folks who are just joining us, this is the Youngin' Crew from It's Sybil and from the What You Need to Know newsletter. And we are talking about Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone. And as we move on to the next question, and it's something that Aprilette referenced about traditions that you grew up with. Did you always have the tradition of Christmas Eve and then putting on your Christmas PJs?
Oh, for sure. That's since I was young. Like, that's the first thing I could really remember. And then another thing I wanted to ask y'all, and maybe it's just my family. Do y'all sing Happy Birthday to Jesus?
Yes, we used to do that.
Yeah. Okay, because I'm like, is that my family thing, or
even though it's not his birthday?
Okay.
Yeah, and Miss Astrology next week will be the first to tell us that December 25th is not Jesus' birthday. She said Jesus.
Wait, did you say sing Happy Birthday to Jesus? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we didn't do that. No, we didn't do that at all. Absolutely not. We're not.
No.
Nope.
Did you sing any Christmas carols?
Oh, we sang the Caucasian ones.
And whose child is this? Did you ever sing that one?
No. We didn't sing "Mary Did You." We didn't even sing that. You know what I'm saying?
No.
It was "Deck the Halls," man.
What about Jamaican traditions? Did you all have any of those?
Oh wow.
So when it comes to Jamaican traditions, it's pretty much the same as American traditions. It's Christmas. From my family perspective,
Okay.
I've spent about 3 Christmases in Jamaica, and it's pretty much the same. It was hot. But you know, they would have a tree. My grandmother would have a tree, and we would open gifts. And you know, my dad's side of the family, we'd be down there, and like all the cousins, we'd all come to grandma's house and just kind of hang out. But I spent like I think 3 Christmases in Jamaica.
Was there any
Christmas.
food that was different?
I mean, you know, we had our normal, like when in Jamaica,
When you were
in
there?
Jamaica, it was just a normal. It was a normal for us. It wasn't anything special. It was normal.
You just bring the curried goat to the table and drop it down there.
Curry goat, jerk, curry goat, rice and peas. You know, your normal Jamaican dishes that were there, and whatever
Special
grandma
to
decided.
Americans, normal for Jamaicans.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah, because I mean that's why it's so fun. I tell you, Cameron, every single time that we go to Jamaica, my wife be confused as my aunts and uncles don't be cooking none of that stuff.
Oh wow.
Do y'all eat Thanksgiving food on Christmas, or are we switching it up?
So you mean like turkey and dressing?
Yeah.
Okay. Because we eat gumbo at my godparents with my godparents, which is why I love it.
Nice. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, we double up on Thanksgiving food for Christmas.
Okay.
Maybe throw in a holiday ham.
Yeah. And Coy, what about you guys for Christmas dinner?
I guess it's pretty much like Thanksgiving dinner. I think more so when my grandmother was alive, she was the one that like decked out the table with all kinds of, oh my gosh, foods and cakes. And I was told she used to make a fruit cake from scratch that was just
a delicious fruit cake.
I don't think I ever had it. Yeah. I don't recall her ever making that, but I do definitely remember like her different pound cakes and her candied yams. The way that she made these, oh my gosh, it would just melt in your mouth. But it didn't have to be a holiday.
Do you endeavor to follow any of her recipes?
Yes, I have tried. I have really tried. I think I can duplicate her fried chicken kind of. Even though I don't eat it, I can make it very well. Her cornbread for sure.
Nice.
I think I've gotten pretty close on a pound cake. Not quite like it. Close on the candy yams. Not quite like it. There was something that she did that just, I don't know. Maybe it was her preparation. I don't know if it was different seasonings. I know for sure she treated her pots, her cast iron a certain way and seasoned them. And it wasn't just, baking them in the oven. She let them treat outside some kind of way.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Okay. And Cameron, you were vegan. Do they make allowances for or do you make allowances for them?
My mom's been getting really great at making greens without like greens without the turkey tails in them, or making the turkey and then making the dressing separate.
No ham hocks in the turkey in the greens for you, huh?
No.
Okay.
She makes them separate so people who want them can combine them at will. And
my granny does.
Your granny does too? Do y'all have barbecue on Christmas in St. Louis, Aprilette? And we lost her again. Yeah. How's that Wi-Fi working out for you? Who hosts the Christmas dinners for you guys? Cameron, it's going to be at your house, I'm assuming.
Yeah. I mean, also because the matriarch and the patriarch and the oldest cousin are in my family. So it's only natural that people would come here.
And that would be you, the oldest cousin?
My mother is the oldest cousin. My grandmother is the matriarch, and my grandfather is the oldest of his siblings, the 8 Houses of Townsend.
The 8 Houses of Townsend. That sounds like a good product name. I'm not sure what you all are making.
Or a book.
But if you're going to start a business, the 8 Houses of Townsend.
Maybe.
Med, what about you? You guys just does your wife cook or do you throw down?
Yeah, my wife cooks. We kind of, do what we need to do. She holds it down, and again, she has her mother's sweet potato pie recipe. So every holiday that comes out, and I'm greatly appreciative of that. But yeah, when it comes to food, like we kind of Christmas, we're usually together. I don't think we don't really spend that much time like traveling on Christmas too much. But if we do, we might go up to Chicago.
Yeah, when I was 8, I remember going to Kansas City to my grandparents and just worrying about Santa finding. But Santa found us. Santa found us there at 3210 Farrell Street in Kansas City, Kansas. So we did travel on Christmas Day quite often or Christmas Eve. Just and it wasn't the exorbitant travel fees for airline or train tickets. Just that was just when it because as a school teacher, oftentimes my mom would get done right before Christmas, and then we just leave as soon as she got out. Aprilette, what about you and who hosts Christmas Eve
So
or Christmas Day?
yeah, so it will be grannies. So they do the cooking, and so it starts off at my dad's house with just me, my dad, my stepmom, my little sister. We do our thing, and then we branch and go see the grannies. They do all the cooking, and with what we eat is similar to Thanksgiving, soul food. But my granny adds fish and barbecue. So,
Hmm.
Yeah.
I
yep.
remember back in the day dating an Italian guy, and they had the dinner of the seven fishes. And
Mm.
so
Yes.
it wasn't, the turkey and the roast beef and the ham. It was seven different fish dishes.
Oh, I bet that was
And
so
it was
good.
really good. It
Mm.
was really quite
That's the
tasty.
best episode of The Bear.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Not as violent, and
Oh
but
goodness.
it was really quite nice. But they were and then the cannoli for dessert just can't beat that.
Mhm.
Mm.
Um, April, as far as your grannies, as you say, so they host. Does it ever have they gotten to the point where like we tired? Yeah, y'all gonna
No,
have to take
not
this over.
honestly, not yet. Like they
Yeah.
still love it, and I think it's just the bringing everybody together and the
Hmm.
warmth in the feel. So no, they still love it, and I know this year. Oh dang! Now this makes me want to go back home, thinking about being around my grannies. Like now, I'm like,
Hmm.
oh man, I should have went back home. But yeah. So
You could
I'm
always
really
walk.
surprised. Yeah.
I can walk. Okay,
Yeah.
you gonna walk with me?
Well, if you
Sure.
now,
I gotta start right now.
you and
Right.
Gucci, you put Gucci in his little pram, and you all just head on
Oh
out.
no, the ducking.
Yeah.
You don't like dogs, Cam?
We'll talk about this another time.
Okay. It's offline.
Offline. Um, so what is the one dish that you are all looking forward to? And Med mentioned the sweet potato pies. What's the one dish that you all are looking forward to having on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day?
Ooh, my mom pulled off, not that I'm gonna eat it, but my mom pulled off a mean oxtail stew for Thanksgiving, and everyone just devoured it.
Ooh.
So she might reprise it and double up on the portions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got to get them oxtails from the
I
markets
love
now, though.
I was a late comer to oxtails, but I do love them now. And it took me to be a way past grown a woman to appreciate oxtails, but I do.
What part of the ox is at the tail, actually?
Yeah, yeah. It's
Hence
the
the name.
The
Cow.
the butt of
it's
the ox.
it's the meat around the tail.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
I've never had an oxtail, but okay.
It's
And
really
it's
a
very
cow.
tender.
Okay. Okay.
For some reason, considering how
Right.
flexible the tail is. But
Right.
yeah.
This is squat.
And what about you, Coy?
It's got to be those candy yams. Got to be that and cornbread. To me, that combination, any
Yes.
day, anytime, any holiday.
Oh, so you let them
Yes.
Oh, you let the
Oh.
yam juice soak into your cornbread.
Mm-hmm.
you let them
Oh,
zhuzh.
I can think
I
about it
see.
now. Oh, yes. I gotta contact my cousins and give them my list for my allergies, so I can eat.
Which is quite lengthy, from
Yeah.
what we understand. It's like it's a doctorate thesis. Uh,
Dissertation.
Thesis, dissertation.
How to feed koi.
Um, what about on Christmas Day after you have opened that one gift on Christmas Eve, Aprilette, and then on Christmas Day, then you all exchange gifts and do everything.
Oh
Was
yeah,
it
we exchange gifts on Christmas Day.
and was it difficult being from a family of divorce?
Honestly, I wouldn't say it was difficult. I think I was so very blessed just to have like living this duality. Like I wouldn't have changed it for the world, right?
Mhm.
I enjoyed going to my dad's house on Christmas Eve or like spending my breaks there, right? And then waking up in the morning because my stepmom loves Christmas. Like that's her favorite holiday. So she is over the top. Like everything gave Christmas-esque. At my mom's house, it was a bit different. Like we never really had a tree. Like it'll be small little things. And we didn't really do too much, right? So I just got everything that I needed at my dad's. So it wasn't difficult for me. Honestly, like I loved having like the best of both worlds. And growing up, it was an abundance of. I think now that we're older, my little sister is in her late 20s. I'm in my early 30s, and it just looks a little different, but we still like have the spirit there. But it's just not an abundance of stuff. Like I got my dad and my stepmom, they text and I'm like, all right, so send your list. And they do as they do every year, like send your list. And so there's like a needs and a wants, right? And so in my needs said groceries. My needs said, this bill. So hopefully, I get the gift cards to the grocery stores. Like things just look a little different now because we're older. So it's just like I don't need all of the extra nuances. Like give me some groceries and I'll be a happy camper.
So your need is groceries. What about your want?
My want was actually a camera for Gucci. So when I am away and Gucci does not go to daycare, I want to see what
so like a for your house.
Yes, and I just rather them get it and not me buy it. So yeah.
That's fair. Yeah.
Oh, Sybil, I didn't tell you. So I don't know if y'all knew about my mattress situation. Y'all don't know about that. But let me tell you.
The saga continues of Aprilette getting a deal.
Yeah, for me getting this deal of the mattress in Atlanta, and Corey, you know about them Atlanta streets. But let me tell y'all, one of my Christmas gifts
was a mattress.
Yes, it's a mattress.
Did you open it?
From my dad and my stepmom.
Oh, I was gonna say from the guys you bought the original from in Atlanta, maybe.
Crack it open.
So my family listened to my cry and my plea, and so my first gift that came to the house was a mattress. And so I'm like, I'm super excited. I haven't opened it yet. My dad said he was like, no, you have to open it on Christmas. So I'm like, okay, so now I have to dream about this mattress on this old mattress.
So the mattress is like standing up in the corner of your bedroom, just waiting to be used.
It's actually in a box, so it came in a box.
Oh, mattress in a box.
Yeah, it's gonna expand. So fingers
crossed.
I will give y'all an update.
That's what they always promise, but doesn't always happen that way.
Future.
When I tell you that.
We can get away from standing TVs and what have you. You don't want it to expand too fast.
That is true. So I'll give y'all an update on if this mattress makes my back feel better.
Okay.
Well, we're hoping for that. What about you, Coy? Is there a want or a need or something? Just like somebody, your mom, your auntie asking you, Coy, what would you really like for Christmas? Because you just moved, so there might be something that you need.
I really like to unpack the rest of these boxes.
So you'd like help to unpack?
Yeah, some help
unskilled
would be
labor.
Nice. Yeah, something like that. I always like artwork. I realize in this place I have a lot more space for artwork. I thought I had enough from the other apartment to hang up, and in a sense I do. But I'm like, wow, there's a lot more blank canvases, and just me and artwork are just. I love it, so I could never get enough. And my friends that are artists have given me their, original paintings. I remember one time a few years ago, I was out actually on a date and somebody just had a painting and they handed it to me. That was just like divine timing. Great. There's other pieces that I've purchased. My mom has given me a lot of her artwork. I got some from my dad, others that I just came across at unique places. Yeah.
Okay.
So help with the boxes and artwork. That's a need and that's a want.
And whatever you think of, if you see something you think of me, get that.
She said she set up.
What
Merry
about
Christmas,
you,
Koi. Yeah,
Cameron?
whatever. um, what I like?
Because you seem like a very low key, simple kind of guy. Is if it's not Dungeons and Dragons or some other kind of game related thing, it might be hard to shop for you.
Yeah, I don't. Um, it you yeah, the end of all wars and the reversal of climate change.
How about something I can pay for with
You can pay for the
limited
end of all
credit
wars.
card?
No, I'm kidding. I do need a fresh set of tires.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
For a
Yeah.
car that you don't drive because you take public transportation.
Yes. But when it starts getting really cold, might have to.
And you'll hop off the bus. That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and drive yourself. All
What's
right.
really cold in Chicago?
That's a great question. Anything below 0?
Not before then.
No.
And the weather has been
Oof.
so different over the last couple of years that
When it's been
you-
real mild, perfect.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
when it gets so cold to a point where layering up doesn't do anything for you, that's when it's
Yeah.
below
Ooh,
0.
I would hate that.
Oh,
Mm.
oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, that's as my dad used to say, that's beyond romance killer. It's cold. He was a Chicago fireman and talking about long underwear, and it's like
Yeah.
that's what he used to call it. So, do
Romance
any of
killers.
you participate in charitable events before or after Christmas, like feeding the hungry or donating to a toy drive or anything like that?
I can go. For me, back home in St. Louis, I did every year. And one of the charities was the Geeson's family something. But I love them. I love them so much. And so we would go and pass out food and do a toy drive. And that was so amazing. And then with the church for sure. And then when in radio, we always would have something to do. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, have a charity or either the station would have a charity or the company owning the station would have a
Yes.
charity that we would
Mm-hmm.
participate in too. Yeah, that's a good time. Coy?
I try to donate food to whichever food donation I can get to first, whether it's at work. A lot of times, some of the apartment communities where I've lived have done food drives and what have you. There's a lot of different events going on in and around Atlanta where the admission is one toy. So I've done that in the past, and even if I'm not participating in the actual event, just to drop off a toy. So they have that donation, and then just trying to give when I can, like directly to the source, and not just on Christmas, but like on a regular day. We have our water boys that a lot of people feel like is a lot of trouble. But I look at them as young entrepreneurs, trying to make money for themselves in an honest way. And so when I see them, especially like around now, I'll try to just, donate $1 or $2 and not even just buying water, but just, give them that donation.
Do you guys give gifts to the people that do services for you? Say like there's somebody in your apartment complex that helps you or has helped you, or somebody at work if there's a doorman or something like that. Do you all give gifts or monetary donations to them?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
like if I see something that kind of relates to them, if they mention something that they like and it's not something that's it's like inexpensive, I'll gift that. Or a lot of times I like to feed them.
And what does that look like, Coy?
Like I've come across like little small toolkits that I've gifted to maintenance people at a previous complex where I live.
No, you said you like to feed them. So what does that look like?
Oh, like if I'll give them a heads up on what I'm making for the week and let them know, hey, listen, would you like to try, this? I'm really thinking about others more so than myself. I just end up, making enough so I can have as well. And I have, my food prep stuff and I'll just load up a plate and take it over there.
Do you all give gifts to your bosses?
That's a good one. Okay, because first you have to like your boss.
Exactly. Let's start there. Let's start there. Have you
Uh,
been in a situation where you liked your boss and gave your boss a gift?
I do write well-intentioned cards,
Okay.
not with like the bounty of thank yous. I'm
Mhm.
like I'm pulling out a core memory. This is what this means to me. Blah blah boom. Here you go. You know,
Yeah.
I'll write a
Because
card, but
people who are good on rules and manners and things like that, they say that if you are of a station where your boss is your superior, that they should be giving gifts to you and not necessarily vice versa.
I have received
Yes.
gifts from my
I
boss.
have
Yes,
received gifts. Yes. Mhm.
I
That's
miss
so
bonuses.
holiday
Oh
bonuses,
I,
man,
I,
man.
where are
I,
they?
Oh
I
man,
miss bonuses. Yeah, yeah,
I don't
back
think
when
we
I
get
was
one.
yeah.
back when I was
Ned,
working for the tour boats, holiday bonuses were a thing.
oh, nice,
Yeah,
nice.
it
Yeah.
was perfect.
Med, what about you? In terms of gift giving, do you give to your bosses or do
No,
you
no,
receive?
no. Only person gets gifts is Blake and my wife. That's it. Them the two.
And speaking of your wife, have you finished shopping for her?
I told her to tell me what she wanted so I can go get it. She has not yet. So
Mhm.
if it, I'm just because now we're in that sketchy area of will it get here in time?
Right, right. And I've been through that with you before, and
Yes,
time did get very short,
yes,
and
yep.
it
Then it
has,
got kind of wild.
yeah,
Got kind of
yeah,
wild.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And does she have to be very specific about what she wants? Because
Yes,
okay,
because I will not have the. Oh no, this is not. Nope, 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 nope. What do you want? I ain't trying to surprise no more. No, 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 no.
have,
Feelings get
have
hurt that way.
have the surprises backfired on you?
Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, we don't do
Mhm.
surprises anymore. Just tell me what you want, or you can get a
Cameron,
gift card. One to two.
Cameron, is that the same for you with your mom and your sisters, your grandma?
They know not to surprise me. They know to ask me what it is that I want. Probably
And
because of
and
like
and,
some.
and I was thinking of what you get for them. Do they tell you specifically what they want?
No, I can surprise everybody in the house, but they know not to surprise me.
And is it something that they end up liking, or they just
Yeah,
come to
absolutely.
like
Yeah.
okay. All right, cool, cool. The theme for this week is having fun. Do you all have any fun Christmas memories? Like I told you about mine, seeing Santa Claus come out of a house on 87th Street. I told you about seeing Santa Claus fly in the sky. Do any of you all have any fun and fond memories of Christmas?
Oh
Mhm.
man.
Who would like to go first?
I think for me, it was just as a kid, getting the gifts, spending time with family, and as an adult, it's just seeing my son light up.
Hmm.
That's pretty much it. Like I don't have like a moment in my life where it was just like, man, that was one heck of a Christmas. I
Right,
don't, I don't,
right.
I don't, I don't have that. It was just overall they kind of mashed together, and it was just really good Christmas time spent with family.
And with Blake, it may not have been the first Christmas, but the second Christmas, maybe when it really kicks in for them.
For him, it kicked in like around 4.
Oh, okay,
Like
okay.
around 4 years old is when he was like, "Oh, I'm expecting something now."
All
1, 2,
right.
3. It was just a day. 4 because he starts going to school, and then they
Mm-hmm.
kind of pump it up during school. And it was
Right,
like that was
Yeah.
like his pre-K. He was like, "Santa Claus is coming. We got gifts coming. It's Christmas. It's coming. Yeah." And it started around 4. And I'm just like, "Oh, they've gotten you into the spirit." Because my son never really cared.
and what about Christmas gifts they make for mom and dad at school? Do
Oh,
you
those
have
are
any?
great. Those are great, and they're all in the box somewhere, and they hanging up on the tree every year. Oh, he was pre-K. He loaded us up. We were loaded.
Right. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. What about you, Cam?
Oh man. I remember this one Christmas year. I mean, my family was just going through it, econ- economically, just struggling, and my mom had already told us that just to expect a very lean Christmas. It was a very tough year for us. She was like the divorce vibes had really hit their peak. We knew that nothing was really coming. Christmas came around, and I mean, uh, somehow we got gifts. Now that I'm 30, I can kind of peel behind the curtain and ask my mom what it is that happened. And she said that a
Mm-hmm.
friend of hers had reached out to her knowing that she was going through something, and gifted her the money to get us gifts.
Nice.
And that friend was like an honorary aunt to us.
Mhm.
And just the fact that like she wasn't in it for the glory, oh, tell them that that's from me, just, hey, you're taking care of your kids, I'm looking after you this holiday season. I thought that was just amazing. Not to mention, I mean,
Yeah.
Christmas was pretty good that year because the
That's a
Nintendo
great
DS came
spirit.
out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a really good spirit that you have there in your family. Coy, any favorite or any that stand out in your mind as a fun time? I know the association with your grandma and your dad, but just in terms of, just as a child.
Yeah, like when we used to, oh goodness, we used to drive from California to Georgia to visit my grandmother and my dad's family.
All right, and we're off.
Oof.
Gotta go. Gotta go.
Yes.
Guys.
Oh gosh. Oh, it was in the RV. I hated it. I was a car sick kid, but I
Oh,
love being
cool.
here with my family and eating my grandmother's food. And then, there are Christmases where my parents got me, everything that I wanted for the most part. Other Christmases where I popped up on my dad with a birthday cake early in the morning, waking him up for his birthday. And then one year my mother got me all this stuff because I was kind of a tomboy growing up. Like I didn't really care about hair and clothes and makeup. My mom got me all this makeup stuff one year, and I'm looking at it like, what am I going to do with this? I don't know. And I kind of kept it. And it's so funny that it turned out to be a career for me a little bit later on when I became a makeup artist. And so as I'm showing my mom my makeup kit, she's seeing some of the stuff that she had bought for me
Oh,
at Christmas,
yeah.
like a lot of brushes
Nice.
and things like that. Yeah.
A
Hmm.
Jacqueline of all trades. And what about you, Aprilette?
I don't necessarily have a Christmas that sticks out. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Sorry, my Wi-Fi. Miss my Wi-Fi. I don't really necessarily have one that sticks out like where it's just super fun because I believe all of them are like equal, honestly. But one thing, one thing I wanted to just say, just because I love getting things that I don't necessarily like because I like to regift them. So I think I just enjoy opening things like, oh, this is cute. That was a cute thought, but I cannot wait to give that to somebody else that it's gonna make sense for. I enjoy
Hmm.
it.
Yeah.
So
We have a prize
Great.
closet. We have
I
a
love,
prize closet, and
I love
just remember, just a tip for people who do this, and this may have come back on you. Remember the gift tag. Take that out,
that part.
because sometimes that you forget, and it's like, oh, so this is, and some people don't appreciate being regifted or being a part of a white elephant, or
Oh man.
something like that. Um, just as we are coming to a close, before we give the jewel for the day, any thoughts or messages that any of you would like to send, or to a prayer that you want to leave with us, Pastor Riley?
Sure. Yeah.
So
I'm
Coy,
always in
any
the
thoughts?
spirit.
Okay, so Coy, any thoughts or messages you want to send to anyone?
Yeah, everybody just in good spirit of the holiday season. Let's carry this through the new year, through spring, summer, and fall. Let's keep the momentum going. It isn't just today. This is an everyday thing. And it's great that we're doing it now because there's, a lot of different trying situations going on. I know with finances, especially, that's different. But I feel like if we uplift one another throughout the year, that can make it a little bit easier to bear.
Nice.
That's
A
beautiful.
young Aprilette?
I will echo what Coy said and just happy holidays and honestly gratitude can take you a long way. Like I wake up every day and just like gratitude for everything that I have and the things that I do not. So if we just keep that spirit going, then I think we all gonna be good. So just loving your people.
Right. And remember, for me, remember the reason for the season. And even though it may not have been actually sweet baby Jesus's birthday, it doesn't hurt that we have this time, whether it is his birthday or not, that we have a time to remember the good and to
Yeah.
do good for others and to help others and to be a helper and fisher of men and women. And I just want to thank all of you for all of your hard work in our newsletter and on our live shows. and all of the folks behind the scenes that may or may not be watching today, but we appreciate you,
Yeah.
and also those people that participate in this show. That they have their favorite contributors, they have their favorite shows and comedians and what have you, but we really appreciate your joining us
Yeah.
and being a part of the What You Need to Know News crew as well as It's Sybil. And Cameron, I will leave you with the prayer, and then I'll close up with the jewel.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Just every head bowed, every heart open. Whether it be God, the universe, the Alpha, the Omega, Jesus Christ, love, joyfulness. However you connect with God, may you find God now. God, we come to you as humbly as we know how, using this broadcast to connect people across the world in the spirit of gratefulness, in the spirit of love, in the spirit of thanksgiving. We thank you for all that you have brought us through this year. And we ask that you bring us through another year whole and empowered and ready to answer the mission that you have placed upon each and every one of our lives. This may be the warmest Christmas on record for some, but we know that it is the coldest winter out there for others. There are those around us who are less fortunate, so please put us in a position to bless somebody else. Please align us with your purpose. Answer the calls for the sick, the hungry, the unwell, the lonely. Comfort us in our times of need. We thank you for all that you're doing for us and all that you are going to do. Thank you for all of the staff who work so hard to bring this message to super serve the Black community. Thank you for the comedic team that makes us all laugh and remind us to keep joy and positivity in our lives and in our hearts. Thank you for the message. Thank you for the messengers. In your name, amen.
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 Beautiful.
Amen.
God dog, Cameron. Jesus.
Yet that's the reason we were doing this.
Yeah,
Exactly.
sprinkle a little on me.
Some people are easier to help than others, man. We're going to close out with Yogi's Jewel on this Christmas day.
We got it.
Yes, we
I'm
do.
so excited.
Remember, and the theme is having fun. Remember, having fun is an essential part of living a fulfilled life. Remember, having fun is an essential part of living a fulfilled life. Had fun with you all today. Thank you so much. And stay tuned for the rest of the week where we have special programming and also a look ahead to 2024 with Ms. Astrology with some of these same fine people. Thanks again, you guys. We appreciate you. Merry Christmas to everyone and to all.